Okay. Hello, everyone that is or is not watching this. um, I'm doing this live because I feel like I kept on making videos about it, and I kept on going back and forth on what to say, how to say it, all these things. And at the end of the day, I just want to be real and transparent and see where it goes. In this video, I'm going to be talking about why I have decided to create a GoFundMe. Um, and also, I'm going to be sharing some lessons that I've learned on this journey, as well as sharing just what I hope that my channel will evolve to. Well, with that being said, if you're listening to this live, feel free to say hello in the chat. And yeah, so let's back up a little bit. My name's Amina. I am a Black, queer, young expat/traveler. Last year in September 2020, I took the leap and left the United States. Why did I leave the United States? At its core, I left the United States because I knew there was more. There was a possibility for more, and I saw that my goals and stuff that I wanted to do didn't align with what I actually wanted. What I actually wanted was liberation for the people that I care about, for the people that look like me. And before, I was going towards a goal of wanting to go to the justice system, of just changing and policy changes and stuff like that. And I realized that that's not going to give me the change that I actually want. So when I came across the idea of that, I wanted actual liberation for the people that look like me, for myself, and the people that are plagued by the justice system in the United States, I realized that I need to be able to find that within myself before I can try to seek it for others. So that led me to moving abroad, and it led me to one of my favorite quotes, which is, "You cannot heal in the same place in which you got sick." Um, I mean that in different ways. I think that can mean a lot of different things for different people. That can mean leaving a toxic household. That can mean leaving a state, whatever. That could be leaving a country. That could be, I don't know. Maybe for some of these rich people, that's leaving the whole planet. I don't plan on leaving the planet, y'all. um, with that being said, throughout my journey, when I first left to go abroad, I left with a decent amount of money, enough money to hold you over for a few months. And I left the United States not knowing, I didn't leave with a job lined up. I didn't leave with um, like online work solidified, which a lot of people find is stupid, but it is what it is. I left with the belief in my intuition that everything will work out somehow, some way. I don't know how. I don't know. I didn't know how. I didn't know why. I didn't know anything. But I believed so much and trusted so much in my intuition that things will work out. And thus far, it has shown me that it has. Um, so throughout this whole journey, I've been abroad now 11 months. My expat anniversary is coming up September 3rd. I left the United States, I think, September 3rd. I went to Ecuador. Um, I've done freelance work. I've done social media management. I've done teaching English. I've done a lot of different things. And I've also created this YouTube channel. Um, as far as finances, things have been going up and down. I want to first and foremost say that I'm going to talk about reasons why I'm making this GoFundMe, but I want it to be clear. I don't want it to come off like I'm trying to mismatch what the actual goal is or anything like that by saying like, oh, I'm doing this because at its core, I'm in a space now where I need funds. I am in a space now where I am creating content. I really believe in the content that I'm creating. I believe in my channel. I believe that once I am at a certain place, I will be able to create content for people that either resonate with my journey, resonate with what I'm saying, or at its core, just be able to show people that there is more. That every time, you look, I feel like I'm getting off on a tangent. So I want to say that first. Secondly, the reason I'm doing this is because I realized that at my core, I'm realizing, and this is what I'm seeing now, is that I realize that I have all these things in my head telling me that from growing up in the States and just growing up as a Black person, growing up as a Black woman, that my worth and all these things are tied to my productivity and all these things. Make it clear. I've never in my life had a problem with working, with doing what I need to get things done. I've never had a problem with that. When I was in school, I worked anywhere from 1 to 3 jobs. I have helped support myself through college. I've helped my family at times with certain things. Like, I have not problem working and working hard. What's coming up for me now is this realization that, I don't know, it's time to ask for help. It's time to be honest. It's time to be transparent about what's going on. So, with that being said, I'm creating a GoFundMe to help support me for the next 2 to 3 months. Like I said, I really want to get my YouTube off the ground, but I have all these other blockages in the way. I feel like when you are coming from a place of survival mode, when you don't have your needs met, you can't really access the other parts of your brain. So if I'm navigating from a place of scarcity, I can't really tap into my abundance. So I'm asking for the people that follow me, whether or not you have found value in the content that I make, whether you have found value, help, resources from the content that I'm making, whether you have found just inspiration from my story. I asked if you could share my GoFundMe, if you have the capacity to donate to it. Because at its core, I feel like um, I'm losing my train of thought. Yeah, I'm learning. The reasons why I'm making this is also because here's the thing. If I don't get a single donation, if everyone comments under this video and says, "You're a lazy bum, what are you doing?" All these things, these are the things that pop in my head when I decided to do this. The reason I'm doing this video now is because I've been fighting with my intuition to not do it, and it still is coming up. It's still saying to ask for help, to learn to be with community. And I feel like one thing that my peer mentor taught me was that instrumental part of community is not only just giving, because I give like there's no tomorrow. I will give to anyone and anyone if I can. I've given when I've barely had anything. But it's also learning how to receive, learning how to take. Because if we get into a situation where we are in community with people where we're just giving, then we're just creating a cycle of all of us watching each other continuously burn out, instead of being in a reciprocitous relationship of community. So this is my way. So like I said, even if this doesn't get anything, I just want this to go into record and show people that it's okay to ask for help. Just because I am creating a GoFundMe, I'm not holding anyone up against to donate to it, to share it, or anything like that. That's just me opening up the space of me saying, I need help. If you can, please. If not, that's fine. Um, and I feel like that's important. That's valid because I'm not a superhero. I don't want to be a superhero. There's this idea that Black women, Black femmes are supposed to be superheroes and have superpowers and never get hurt and never cry. Like, I was watching that thing with Naomi Osaka, and the reporter sitting there asking her questions about like how much she's struggling and stuff as she's crying on stage. And it's like, I feel like that's a representation of how Black femmes are treated sometimes. It's like we're literally like dying inside, but we're still expected to do all these things. We're still expected to do all these things and be this person and do this for this person, do it. And I don't want to, that's not what I want to subscribe to my life. You know, I don't like this idea of over resiliency and having to only ask help for when only being able to ask help if you're absolutely depleted, if you're absolutely exhausted, you have nothing left. I feel like it's not sustainable. So like I said, even if this does nothing, even if there's no funding from it, I always will figure it out. I do figure it out. I figured it out um, up until this point. Not to sit not that kind of sounds like contradictory. Let me take a pause. I'm asking for support because I want it and I need it. And if people are able to help me, what this support will go towards is me for housing, for food, for utilities, for therapy. I have been wanting to go to therapy. I haven't been able to find sustainable therapy since I've been abroad, unfortunately, because of all the different things, um, along with maybe Spotify, because music has saved me time and time again, and stuff like that. Transportation, things that are necessary for me to continue to make content, but also just get to a place where I'm not working from a place of scarcity. Um, so that's what the money would go towards. Um, with that being said, I don't know if there's anything else I want to say other than, if you feel called to give, I appreciate it. If you don't, I also appreciate it. I don't want anyone to feel like they're obligated to do anything or to give anything. I want to just open up the space to ask for help because I feel like that's important. And I feel like that it's when we open ourselves up to receive help, we open up channels of reciprocity, we open up channels of genuine care, and that's the type of world I want to live in. So I guess this is me and my way of saying that I'm trying to create within me, around me, a world that I want to live in, which is a world that we're not working from a place of scarcity, a world that we're not working from a place of depletion, that we are able to, because scarcity is, because there's enough money in this world for everyone to have what they need and what they want. It's just that we also have things like capitalism and things that hinder us from people, that wealth being distributed equally. But that's something Sonia Renee Taylor's taught me a lot about. And I want to end this before I end this video with some lessons that I've learned. Lessons that I've learned on this journey. Number one, when you're given a vision, when you're given a intuitive feeling, whatever the case may be, just remember that that vision was given to you. It wasn't given to your parents. It wasn't given to your partner. It wasn't given to your best friend. It wasn't given to anyone else but you. So a lot of times when you get visions or you get that push or that pull to do something or not to do something, listen to it. Because just because other people, like I was talking to all these people about making a decision to make this video, and some people didn't get it, and that's okay. Even it could be someone you love with all your heart, but they might not get it, but that's okay because the vision is not for them. It's not meant for them to get it. It's meant for you to get it. It's meant for you to take that and to do it. And like I said, even if I'm 24 years old, I'm gonna get to that. Number two, stop outsourcing your judgment. You won't always um, you won't always have it right, but you have to learn. We learn from the mistakes. Like I said, if this making this video is a complete mistake and I fall on my face or I wind up everyone calls me a fraud or that all these different things like that I've been thinking of, then it's okay. I will get up from it. I'll learn from it and I'll move on. But I think the thing is that we need to learn to sit with that discomfort of making mistakes. We need to learn to sit with that discomfort of this may not work out or this may not get the outcome that I wanted from it, but that's okay. Because it's a lot better than us continuously going to other people and looking for, okay, do I make this call? Do I make this call? We're outsourcing our judgment by doing that. By doing that, we're not allowing ourselves to grow that compass. Because I feel like, especially me as being a young person, I'm growing that compass of, okay, what is the right and wrong decision for me? Because you're only going to learn it from actually doing it. So it's going to come from making those mistakes. It's going to come from making those trial and errors. So don't be the one to always. I was notorious for always reaching out to mentors, always reaching out to people like, oh, should I do this? What do you think about this? What do you think about that? Is this too controversial? Is this too this or this? And at the end of the day, maybe they will give me the right answer. But how am I going to learn what is going to keep me from finding a place where I can answer that question to myself and I have the answer and I'm not going to other people to find the answers? I think that's really important. So that goes into the next part. Be okay with making mistakes. With this video, with making this GoFundMe, I fully acknowledge it could be a complete mistake or whatever, but I'm okay because at the end of the day, I much rather have the peace within myself to know that I had this calling, I had this intuitive feeling to do something, and I followed it, and it taught me a lesson. You either win or you learn. I feel like you don't lose in life. Like even if this is a loss or a mistake, I still learned from it. I still had a lesson. I still had something that's going to help me make a better decision in the future. So, regardless of that, that's that. Another lesson that I think is important for people, for myself also, is your worth, my worth is innate. Okay, our worth is not tied to productivity. It's not tied to how much we work. It's not tied to your mistakes, your wins, none of that. You're just worthy. Just from being born on this earth, just because you were brought to this earth to do whatever you were meant to do, that you are worthy. So that's that within that. Number three, another thing I put on here is oppression is one hell of a drug. Capitalism. I will have us thinking that, certain people deserve certain things because of their backgrounds and because of they don't have money or because of their lack of access to things. Oppression is one heck of a drug. These systems of oppression, white supremacy, capitalism, patriarchy, all these different things, they are they are that's a whole nother video. But these are the things I want to talk about on my channel. I want to talk about how traveling has given me the opportunity to open up to even tap into my purpose or tap into what I want to do. And that is a hummingbird that came to visit us. If y'all can hear that, I don't know. There's a hummingbird behind this tree. Um, so yeah. Another thing, patterns will repeat until we are aware of them and we break them. Patterns will continue to repeat and to repeat until we are able to not only be aware that it's a pattern, but also break the cycle, change the behavior. And that sometimes you're like, how do I break the cycle? Think of what you used to do in that situation and do something different. Like in this situation now, I probably would have, you know, well, I try to go back to the States, but I probably would have gone work some full-time job, depleted myself even more, burnt myself even more. Because here's the thing, I am acknowledging, like, now that I'm aware of, like, I spent a long time in college just like forgetting that I'm human. Just go, 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 work, 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 work until I was absolutely nothing but a shell of a human. And now that I'm aware that that's not a way to live, that that's not what I want, I can't cognitively just put myself back into that state of just like grind culture. Because at the end of the day, I'm not a gear, I'm a human. Um, that's something I learned from the NAP ministry. Um, So yeah, that goes into the next point. We can't keep doing the same thing and expect a different outcome. I think that's the definition of insanity. We can't continuously to do the same thing and expect that something different is going to come from it. I feel like I said a few weeks ago when I was sitting intentions when I cut my hair that I want to learn how to let go, and I want to learn to be able to change and mold and whatever as many times as possible, as many times as I need to. And your trust, the next thing is trust your intuition, trust your gut, because it knows. Like, as much as we think like, oh, this doesn't make sense or this doesn't feel right or I don't know what I'm doing, your gut, your intuition knows. It knows more than you. I feel like I sometimes think of it as this like person or something above me that can see past what I can see. And it's important to trust that. It's hard to at first because it's like we weren't taught to trust our we were not taught to trust our intuition. We were taught to trust everything but that. Society was supposed to trust all these other things. But just know that it knows, and it's rooting for you to be on your most aligned path. And lastly, I put that you are divinely protected. I am divinely protected, and things will always work out. Um, which I truly believe that. I believe that when I was sitting there after I got held at gunpoint. I believe that when I got on that plane to go abroad. I believed in that when I was struggling and depressed in college. I believe that right now when I am struggling and triggering to figure out what my next steps are. I believe that I am divinely protected and things will work out because they always will, because they always have. And that's the beautiful thing about life. So um, I think that's pretty much all I have for prayer. I don't want to make this super long, but the link to my GoFundMe is below. I will continue to make content and continue to figure out what it is I need to do to make this happen, to keep going, because I didn't know that day, but I knew a few days after I missed that flight, and now I'm in Costa Rica, which my goal is to hopefully leave Costa Rica eventually because it is pretty expensive. I want to go to a cheaper country. Um, I want to go back to Ecuador sometime this year. I want to return back to Colombia. I think that's the next place I want to go to. But I realized that I wasn't meant to go back to the States because I know that I have things to say that can help other people. I already, like, even the stuff that I said from a place that wasn't tapped into my intuition, I already had people asking me or saying, like, oh, like, you really helped me, or this really resonated with me. So I already know that spirit, my ancestors, whoever that's speaking through me, like, I know that what I'm saying has impact. I know what I'm saying will help other people, and that's my ultimate goal, is to create impact. So with that being said, I lost my train of thought. If you'd like to support me, I would immensely appreciate it. And let's create a world where we don't wait till we're depleted to ask for help. I hope whoever sees this, it resonates with them. I know there will be some people who watch this that disagree with me, that think I'm taking the easy way out or whatever. That's okay. I know the people who are most aligned with me will find this, and the ones who don't won't, and they'll click off this video, and that's fine. I want to challenge how we see the world. If I believe in community so much, I can't continue on my path. Like I said earlier, things need to be reciprocitous. It's a continued cycle of folks watching each other burn out when we don't give and take from community. I know how to give. I give abundantly. I give from my heart. I'm now learning to receive with that same openness and ferocity. How can I say I believe in community so much when I'm not willing to be vulnerable enough to allow my community to show up for me when I need it? In order for community to work, there needs to be as much trust to fall as we want others to have and to catch us. There has to be just as much trust to fall as we have in others, that we want others to have, that we will catch them. Um, I want to embrace vulnerability. I want to embrace softness, love, care, all these things. And if I want to embrace it, then I need to be a part of it. I need to act on it. So I understand, I fully acknowledge that the internet is not a safe place and people will probably have negative things to say. But I trust in myself, I trust in my own healing work, and I trust in my community and the universe to show up for me if that happens. And yeah, I hope whoever this is meant to tap into, it taps into. I hope that something I said here resonates with y'all. I know something I said resonates with. I need to stop playing small. Um, this is me stepping into my power. This is me acknowledging my humanity, and this is me asking for support in my community. So I'm sending all of y'all an abundance and a crazy amount of, not a crazy, I don't like that word, a wild amount of love. Thank you for watching this. Um, The link to my GoFundMe is below. If you can't support watching my videos, subscribing to my channel, if you just popped up on this, I don't know, put my videos on loop, whatever. But beyond popular belief, YouTube does not make that much money, which is why the goal is to get sponsorships and things like that. And also, I will soon be offering consultations. So if you want help to move abroad or support in that, I will be doing that. If you are interested in that, send me a DM on Instagram. Um, and yeah, send y'all lots of love, and that's it for me. Besitos. Ciao, y'all.